Nancy Pelosi suffers strange medical issue, terrifies onlookers with what's happening to her. Nancy Pelosi has run way past her goodbye date. We are not doctors, but take a look at this video and tell me there isn't something seriously medically amiss here. It shows Pelosi speaking at recent events. She stutters, forgets what she's saying, etc. It's a never-ending brain freeze, replete with slurring and stumbling over words as if her brain is misfiring. She can't even keep track of what she is talking about. It's sad. What's even more alarming is that this is never spoken of in the media. They act like it's business as usual with Pelosi and cover her glowingly. But if President Trump mistypes or misspeaks even one word, we're off on the Alzheimer's cruise. Everyone should be asking, what is wrong with Nancy Pelosi? More and more, Pelosi's own party is turning against her and they want her gone. But her anointed successor, Crowley from New York, was just beat by a young, up-and-coming Marxist. He won't even be in Congress next year after a stunning loss to a 28-year-old Latina Democratic Socialist named Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. The fight to step into Pelosi's shoes will be epic and brutal. I doubt she returns to power after the November elections. Looking at her in this video, I'm surprised she's still in her seat as House Minority Leader. The episodes of just staring vacantly into space should scare the Democrats into action here, but Pelosi remains at the helm. Talk about dysfunctional. Last week, soybean futures hit a 9-year low, Pelosi told reporters. Soybean futures hit a 9-year low, she repeated, attempting to pronounce the words clearly, punctuating each one with a pointed finger. She failed miserably in doing so. Per the American Mirror, she went on to stumble over her words. Pork producers, corn growers and wheat growers are reeling, too, she said before suffering a brain freeze, staring at reporters and finally saying, and that's so far this week. The Supreme Court's radical Janus decision will have drastic destructive, she said, suffering some sort of verbal problem, destructive and standing impacts. Pelosi is trying her hardest to pronounce words that should be effortless for her. She just doesn't seem to be all there these days. Given, Republicans would hate to see Nancy go because she's a gift from heaven for us with her missteps and egregious political blunders. But come on. Someone needs to help the poor woman. More from the American Mirror, it's ghastly. Moments later, she claimed the Supreme Court has reduced the leverage of workers in our country. Used their leverage for, again, collective bargaining. At one point she let out a big sigh mid-sentence, saying, so, here we are, we have a better deal, we have a better deal, she corrected herself. Jaw problems marred her performance again when she mispronounced Justice Kennedy. Make no mistake, she said shortly later. She got confused about how many Americans have pre-existing conditions. 120, 130, 125, 130 million Americans have pre-existing conditions, she said. So she said moments later, suffering a brain freeze, causing her lips to quiver as if no words would exit, her hand to wave and a long stare at reporters. Pravina, our history on this is one that has been solid. When Pelosi took questions from reporters, it got even worse. She couldn't hear them and asked one reporter to repeat one. Then came yet another brain freeze. This is just embarrassing. How long will the Dems let this woman go in front of the cameras and make a fool of herself and the party? I don't understand why she is still doing this. It's been going on now for a couple of years. Even NBC News is saying she's no longer fit to lead. These next few months will be among the most consequential in recent memory for both parties, with both the midterm elections and the Supreme Court nominee fight unfolding simultaneously. NBC asks, Democrats must ask themselves if, in this anti-establishment environment, a 78-year-old multimillionaire who has been the leader of House Democrats since 2002 is really the person in the best position to lead. The left has learned nothing from the election of President Trump. They are stuck in the mud with either establishment aging people like Nancy Pelosi or a massive lurch to the left and communism. Neither will win the elections, and they just can't seem to shake a 60s hippie mentality combined with a Marxist open borders fixation to pad their voter base. They don't get it. It's not a generational gap, KG the left, it's an ideological gap that is the antithesis to freedom in this country that's strangling them. That's why they were shocked when Trump won, and it's why they'll be floored when he does it again. I'm buying a whole bunch of popcorn.